Hello, hello. I see Greenwood is already here. Yeah, I'm back. I hope everything's going all right. Because I remember mentioning in the past that my household was going to be upgrading our Wi-Fi, and we did replace the modem and stuff. So I'm not entirely sure if everything's like running smoothly, but that's why we're here. To see if everything's going smoothly with our new Wi-Fi intact. Um, I did already see that it had a bit of trouble like getting OBS to run all smooth, but yeah. Bro, my notification was set to personalized. I saw I missed a Fate stream inside. No! Yeah, I mean, yeah, I did stream early that day, and I wasn't entirely sure if that was gonna be like okay or not because I usually stream in the evenings. So when when I started streaming that day, I was like, I'll play Fate. And I was thinking, oh, you missed some pretty cool moments. But yeah, like I said, we upgraded our modem and a couple of like Wi-Fi extenders, but I think everything's running fine. Like it says it is on my computer, but because it already it told me that it dropped some frames already. But it's okay. Nah, my ass is probably sleeping, not gonna lie. No worries. It was quote unquote early in the day. It was 1 p.m. my time. So really you should have been awake by then if we're being quite honest, Greenwood. But yeah. Oh, good, good. It's saying that everything's running smoothly on my end. Good, that's good. Because when I moved, I didn't have an access to like an Ethernet port or anything in this room that I'm in. And because we set up those new Wi-Fi extenders, I now have access to an Ethernet port. So I hooked it up to my PC and here it is. Everything should be fine. I hope so. Who knows? Who knows? But I hope that you're doing good. I hope that you're having a good day. I hope you had a good weekend. I had a pretty nice weekend. I don't know if you saw, but at the end of last week, a new VTuber debuted, a certain crocodile. I watched her debut and that was pretty cool. So I drew some fan art and that one did actually pretty well on social media, which was pretty cool. Usually I just draw them up for myself and throw it out into the social media void, but it did pretty well. So I'm very happy about that. I did think about drawing tonight, but then I realized I don't know if I'm up to drawing tonight. Bruh, watch it start randomly bugging. It probably will, not gonna lie. That's just my luck though, my stream would just like it would crash on me eventually. I got an ad, but I heard you say that a VTuber thing happened last week. Yeah, so a new VTuber debuted last Friday. Her name's Kyryu Crocodile, and it was pretty cool. I've never seen such a high production animation for a VTuber done before. In fact, it was like her animated lore video, like fully animated. It was really good, but it was done by Powerhouse Animation Studios. Do you know what Powerhouse has done? Like, I'm pretty sure it was you, Greenwood, that told me that I should watch Castlevania. Powerhouse is the studio that animated Castlevania. That animated show. Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh my gosh, it's insane that Kyryu got Powerhouse to do her animated lore video. How did they get connections? Well, I have a theory about how, but considering it would break, past life etiquette among VTubers, I don't really want to go into why I think she was able to do that. But it was still really cool. It was still really good. It was so good. Damn, yeah. Let's just say that I think she has a lot of connections in the animation industry. That's pretty much all I'll say, I guess. But it was still really cool, and frankly, if I'm being quite honest, I'm not really into like monster girls or like monster girl designs, but her design I absolutely love. It's so good. To be fair though, I so the person that designed her model, I've seen his previous work, and I do really like his previous work. So maybe I just like this guy's monster girl designs. They're really good. But yeah, that was pretty much what happened over week. Like the major thing that happened to me over the weekend, just tuning into this new VTuber's debut. But otherwise, I've been drawing. My art school burnout time, like cooldown, finally expired. That cooldown usually lasts a month, and my month is up. So I am feeling inspired to draw again. I didn't really feel like drawing tonight on stream, mainly because I was just feeling a little bit tired because I drew 2 pieces in like the past 2 days. So I was like, I'm gonna give myself a day to not draw. So probably not gonna draw tonight. Probably just gonna chat. Maybe we will finish that Minecraft video. But yeah. Bro, I'm saying you should one day do a huge debut in the future once we get big enough. That'd be fun. That would be fun. I wouldn't be against that. That'd be so fun. Once I have the money. Once I'm not unemployed anymore, maybe I could plan like a big debut thing for like, you know, my anniversary next year. Maybe I could do that. But in the meantime, you know, I'm happy doing my own little thing here in my own little corner. Oh, okay, so not really related to money. No, bro, go into debt. That's the trend nowadays. I'm already paying off money on my credit card. I don't really want to go into debt right now, you know? Oh, so, I was gonna go ahead and say this. So next week is obviously, you know, Christmas week, so I may or may not stream, most likely not, and maybe not even on Tuesday, because Tuesday is my birthday. So if I do go live, I might have like a short, like, hey, it's my birthday kind of stream, but if I don't be surprised. Just as a heads up now. Happy early birthday, thank you. I'm excited. I can't believe that it's my birthday coming up. You know, because it's like, I just can't believe I'm getting older. You know what? Auntie is already turning 76? No! I'm not turning 76. You say I'm so old. I know you've told me in the past how old you are. I'm not that much older than you. Regardless. I'm excited. I'm not planning on doing anything too crazy, just having like a family dinner, and then, yeah. Nah, bro, it's the vibe. You give off aunt vibes. You know what? Fair enough. Maybe it's just because I'm the eldest child, you know? I'm the eldest child, so maybe I just have different vibes. But yeah, I think that next week all we're gonna be doing is like a family dinner, and then I don't know, that's probably it. But I'm fine with that. I don't mind doing like big celebrations or whatever, but I like just hanging out with my family, you know? Spending time with them, getting my little gifts and stuff. Oh, speaking of gifts, so I think I mentioned that you already got your gifts figured out? No, I don't know what I'm getting. It's always a surprise. Like, I give a list, you know, of things that I'd like, but I never know what I'm actually gonna get, because, you know, that's the nature of gifts. But, I think, I'm like pretty sure I'm supposed to be getting a new PC for either my birthday or Christmas. because my dad already told me, hey, yeah, you might be getting a PC. I'm gonna be looking into it. So that might be happening. Uh-oh. Connection went down. Nope, we're good. But considering like RAM prices, it says we're good. Don't worry, Greenwood. Considering RAM prices I've seen recently, I don't know. We might not be doing too hot anytime soon. I don't know. My parents have said they already got like all the gifts they plan on getting this year for both my birthday and for Christmas. So maybe they've already like, you know, gotten presents before prices started skyrocketing. Who knows? But I don't know. What was your worst gift you remember? I don't know if I want to classify something as a worst gift because I know that my family gets me stuff that they think I'll like. Whether or not I actually do is a whole different story. And you know, it's always like, it's the thought that counts. So, I don't know. Worst gift. Honestly, I think one year I got a a salt and pepper shaker and like, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I was moving into an apartment at the time, so like salt and pepper shakers aren't like the craziest, like the worst thing I guess I could have gotten, but like that was an odd one that kind of stands out to me. Nah. Like I said, it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts because I was moving into a new apartment at the time. So I guess in their minds, I was gonna need, you know, kitchen utensils and stuff. But a salt and pepper shaker is vile. I don't know, man. You know, you know how people have like different love languages and stuff? Gift giving isn't really like one of my high love languages, if I'm being quite honest, because frankly speaking, I have gotten quite a few gifts over the years, you know, just by nature of my birthday and Christmas being so close. So it's usually, you know, like I said, the thought that counts behind the gift that really is more important to me rather than the gift itself. So I never really put too much stock into like what my family has gotten me, whether or not I actually like asked for it or whatever, because I know that they're getting it for me because they were thinking of me and stuff. Does that make sense? I don't know if it's just like a odd perspective I have considering the fact that my birthday is so close to Christmas, so it's just the time of year where people get a lot of gifts or whatever. Hang on, my office chair, it's going down on me once again, so let me adjust it really quick. There we go. That's something I do need. I need a new office chair. I've mentioned it several times already, but I think I should be getting one for Christmas. Man, once I get a new office chair, I'm gonna be chillin'. I'm gonna be big chillin'. I get that. What would you say your love language with friends and family is? So I am very, very physically affectionate with my like immediate family. So like my mom, dad, and my brother. I'm somewhat physically affectionate with my friends. I'm more comfortable with like my very close friends. Although it does take me a while to, you know, get comfortable enough to be physically affectionate with others. It's just that I would say physical touch is very high up there. I do enjoy words of affirmation, probably more so with people I am not as familiar or comfortable with. But yeah, I think physical touch is probably way up there. Also, oh, what are all of them? So there is words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time, gifts, and I'm forgetting the fifth one. But quality time is up there as well. I really do enjoy spending time with like my friends and family. But for people, like I said, for people that I'm really, really close with, like my intermediate family and really close friends, physical touch is like number one. This is how I know I'm a hustler. Gift giving is number one for me. I mean, yeah, that's to be fair. That's fair, that's fair. I think, I mean, it's kind of like what I said. I think the only reason why gift giving is so low for me is just by nature of how close my birthday is to a holiday. That's just a me thing though, you know? I remember I got books once, and I already plotted on each of my family members' downfall. You don't like getting books for a gift? That's where you and me are different. I love getting books as gifts. For instance, for the past several years now, I've asked for like different like series as like a Christmas or birthday gift. I think this year I'm supposed to be getting Chainsaw Man, like I've said in the past. But I think one year I got the entire series of The Remarried Empress, the physical copies of those. And then another year, I think I got a different manhwa adapted into a physical book. I don't remember entirely. But yeah, pretty much every year there's a different series that I ask for as a gift. Witch Hat Atelier was one of those years. I remember that. Most of the time, the books that I get though are manga. But there have been years, like whenever I was a child, where I got the Warrior Cat series as like gifts. I don't know if I asked already, but do you have a huge book collection? Oh, very much so. Yes, I do. Books take up a large variety, like a large portion of my shelf space. So, think like I had one bookshelf that was absolutely packed to the brim with books in my apartment. I had to pack about half of them to come home before I moved out of that apartment. And then I had even more books that I needed to pack before my lease came up, or my lease ended. So yeah, I have a lot of books. Nerd! I was so busy talking, I didn't even see you call me a nerd. I don't know, I like geek. Okay, I just like reading, okay? I don't know. Warrior Cats is a fucking throwback. Yeah, I was very much a Warrior Cats kid whenever I was little. Although I wasn't like one of those kids that, you know, role-played in the playground. I just like reading them. And I actually owned every single Warriors Cats book, like even like the special editions and stuff, up until about after a certain saga, whatever those are called. It's been a while though. I haven't reread them in a long time because I think I stopped reading them around high school, like a little before high school, and I haven't touched them since. To be fair, I think that was about the age demographic that they're supposed to be for. Are they actually good? I never actually took the time to... Yeah, I would say they were pretty good. They were. I would say they were. There were certainly low points and dips in quality, but that's just to be expected with like long-running like series and stuff. But yeah, I would say that they were pretty good. I don't know if I'd necessarily would be able to like wholeheartedly recommend them now, given how long it's been since I've read them. But yeah, they're good children's books. I would say so. Oh. So crazy thing. Since the holidays are coming up, I'm home. Like I went to visit my family home, and you know, I went to go eat out dinner with my family tonight. And when we were coming back after eating dinner, I think we were only out for like an hour. But while we were on our way back, there was a police or a sheriff car on the way back, like on the road to our home. And keep in mind, we live my family's home was like outside of city limits, so you don't usually see like police cars and stuff out there, like out on that road. So while we were driving back, we saw the flashing lights and we were like, whoa, we never see like cops or anything out here. What's going on? And as we're like trying to slowly pass them because we can see another like car in front of that like sheriff, we see a truck that has essentially been burnt to a crisp that wasn't there when we went to dinner. So I was like, did that truck crash and burn in the hour that we were gone? Oh my gosh, it was like I don't know, I was just, because like, you know, like I said, there's never really anything that goes on in this like area that my parents live. So just seeing a truck that is burnt to a crisp just randomly, I was like, oh my god. Motherfucker got vaporized by the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, probably. You know, it's funny that you mention the Incredible Hulk, because while we were at dinner, my family was talking about the state of Marvel movies at the moment, and like how, like, in Doomsday coming up or whatever, and whew, the state of the MCU and Marvel in general, not looking too great. Marvel is so ass now. Yeah. To be honest, I was never that big into Marvel myself. Like, whenever I was younger, and they were like, you know, putting out some really good bangers like Civil War, Winter Soldier, and like, the first Avengers and stuff, I was somewhat invested. Like, I did like it, decently enough, but, I wasn't like a super fan or like really invested in what was going on. So when Infinity War wrapped up, I checked out and I was like, I don't really want to watch Marvel anymore because they never really held my interest that much anyway. And I think I dodged a bullet. To be fair, there have been some good Marvel movies recently after the Infinity War saga. Like, Guardians Volume 3 was really good. My brother really wanted me to watch that one, and he finally got me to watch it one day, and I mean, I liked it. I liked that one, and I hear that there were a couple of other good ones. It's just that, there were some real stinkers. DC is honestly where it's at. The recent movies have been fire. They just don't be releasing consistently. Yeah, I mean, I really liked Superman. Superman was really good. Fantastic Four was really good. That one released relatively soon after Superman. But I don't know. I've never been big into superheroes in general, to be honest. Superheroes have never been like my niche. I agree. Marvel comedy is genuinely degloving torture to me. Yeah, I mean, it was a sign of the time, and nowadays it's kind of seen as outdated. Although, I don't know. Maybe I don't think it's just for me. It's funny though, I do like hearing about superhero stuff more than I do actually engaging with it, I suppose. Because, my brother, he is very much into comics and stuff. So he knows more about like comic and superhero things than I do. And I love the fact that I can just go up to him, ask him like, hey, tell me about this random obscure like superhero character or whatever. And he has an answer. I love that. Because hearing superhero like lore and like stories and stuff secondhand, I think is a lot more fun than actually reading it or watching it myself. Because it's just like, it's like hearing so many weird stuff out of like context. I love it. It's so fun. Who's your favorite hero, even if you don't fuck with them too much? Favorite hero? Hmm. I don't know. I do like the Fantastic Four. Um, they sound like a lot of fun. I like them a lot. Uh, but in terms of like villains, I like based off of what little I know and have heard, I really like Doctor Doom. He sounds like such a fun time. It's so funny. I like hearing about Doctor Doom and like his antics. He got the infinite knowledge. Yeah, my brother. I say it's the autism if I'm being quite honest. Because like not even just with superheroes, if I'm being honest. It can be anything, like any media that he's engaged with that I haven't. I could ask him a question and he'll have an answer. It's like having an encyclopedia for a brother. And what helps, I guess, for me is that I'm not really adverse to spoilers. So I don't mind asking about like what would technically be considered like spoilery territory and stuff. So whenever I was watching Chainsaw Man for the very first time, I went ahead and asked him some questions and stuff that happened later on in the story. And frankly, spoilers do tend to make me more interested in checking out the media or whatever happens. Same thing happened with Invincible, actually. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Invincible probably is my favorite superhero, now that I'm thinking about it. Because I really like Invincible. That's a good show. Nah, bro, it goes both ways. If anyone asks you about Fate lore, you got that shit downloaded in your cerebral cortex. I mean, you're probably right. Although I will say that my knowledge is a little limited in certain areas. Like, I could answer a lot of the generic stuff, but my brother, he can go into detail and depth about story arcs and stuff. I need to watch Invincible? You do! It's really good. I highly recommend Invincible. Especially because, like I said, I'm not big into superheroes, but I like Invincible a lot. I like it a lot. You should check it out. Oh, I was kind of talking about this earlier, but I got a little sidetracked. Um, my motivation to draw is at an all-time high recently. Um, you know, being in art school has kind of like every time I get on a break, like a summer or winter break, it's always like I can't draw for like the first month of being out. And then finally, once that month passes, I feel motivated to draw again. And, but like I said, my month-long cooldown is finally up, so I feel so motivated to draw nowadays. Like, I love it. I love drawing. I love drawing right now. No, Ad, let me know your opinion. Have I heard the whole Iron Mouse drama? Yes, I have. I have heard that drama. And I think it's really unfortunate considering the fact that Iron Mouse seems like such a sweetheart and people are just, giving bad faith takes about her. It's so unfortunate. Especially considering that from what I've heard and what I've seen, the people that she interacted with in general made their whole career on being a little invasive from what I've seen. So it's unfortunate that those fan bases, set the bait and then she unfortunately took it and now she's in this situation. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm just an unfortunate situation all around. But, I don't really know if I could give the most educated or like well thought out take on it. All I can say is that it's just, I feel bad for her. Because obviously, this whole thing has been blown way out of proportion. I get the reason why people felt weird, but I feel like the hate is very unnecessary. Yeah. it's very unnecessary, and frankly, it feels a little forced from people that just don't like VTubers in general. But you know, it's just kind of like that high school mentality where it's like they don't understand it, so they automatically think it's beneath them, so they make fun of it and punch down. I don't know. Does that make sense? Oh, hang on. Your chat got auto-modded. Especially because they felt, I get the reason, oh, especially because they are known to be active weirdos. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard that. I don't... Okay, so in general, I actually don't watch a whole lot of streams myself, to be honest. So I'm not really that familiar with that side of the streaming community. Which is really funny to like say in context because it's like, you know, I do stream myself, but it's very rare when I actually watch streams on my own. Like I'll put some on in the background, but most of the time it's VTubers or one quote unquote camera streamer or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. In general, I don't know if I would consider myself to be like as online as like actual content creators, you know? Because I do a lot of stuff, I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily call myself disconnected, but I feel like people that are online all the time have a different mentality than I do. I don't know how to explain it. I don't either, but they're friends with the homophobic streamers by association. Shit is just weird. I see. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about a lot of the parties involved besides like Iron Mouse, so I don't know if I really have the most informed opinion. Yes, we are chronically online. I mean, I don't know. I don't... Join us, Unk? Okay, listen. I don't know if I can join, because like I have a full-time job coming up in January, and I don't think that it's gonna leave me enough room or time to spend online all the time. Like, I browse social media a lot, but I don't engage with a lot of stuff, to be quite honest. I like keeping to myself. I like having this little space of the internet that is comfortable to me. I don't know. I think it would be, you know, I don't necessarily consider me having a little bit of an aversion to interacting with online communities as being like a bad thing, but I would like to, I guess, get out of my shell somewhat, because frankly, I think it would be fun to have a little bit more interaction with others, but at the same time, I just see so many examples of miscommunication, bad faith, like takes and stuff, that it's also a little off-putting. I don't know exactly how to describe it, where it's like, yeah, it would be fun to interact with a wider community, but I don't know if I'd have the emotional capacity or to like engage with it at a constant basis like other like creators. Job, I almost just puked. The J word is forbidden. I'm so sorry that me getting a job is triggering to you. I'm so sorry for that. No, I get what you mean. Shit's messy as hell. Yeah. I don't know. It's a little unfortunate that what the pandemic has kind of done to our mental state and approach to social media nowadays, but I'm not necessarily surprised by the outcome. Speaking of jobs, have you gotten your swimming lessons yet for your job that's coming up in like February? Because last time I checked with you, You still didn't know how to swim. Honestly, your channel feels like a relief detox from all the drama. Well, I'm glad that you say that. It makes me happy to know that it's a little bit of like a safe space. Because like, frankly, while I don't mind keeping up like with drama and stuff and like being informed, because I like being informed about stuff. I'm nosy. I don't like engaging with it too much because, you know, it's just kind of bad for your mental health in general, engaging with so much negativity online. So I really do try my best to, you know, engage with a minimal amounts and then focus on stuff that makes me happy. And so I hope that I'm helping spread that. Also, hell nah, you gotta get on that, man. It's been months since you told me that you need to learn how to swim, and you still haven't. Hey. Hashtag soon. You'll get it eventually, Greenwood. I believe in you. Oh, excuse me. I will say though, I mentioned it earlier, though I think you were in an ad when I was talking about this. I have been starting to get a bit more attention on Twitter recently, purely because I was drawing fan art and I posted it, and it's been getting a lot of attention, which is surprising to me because, like I said, I like to keep to myself and my little corner. So whenever people like see what I'm doing and like start like interacting with it, it's surprising. I'm like, why are you guys looking my way? What are you guys doing here? Who are you? What? Yeah. So remember how I mentioned Kairyu Crocodile earlier? I drew fan art for her debut, and I posted it. And it got quite a bit of attention. It's like my most interacted with tweet ever, which was surprising. So I'm happy about that. Don't get me wrong, but I like to draw for the love of the game. So whenever other people like look at my stuff, I'm like, whoa. I'm getting re-rated to a different job after failing at a school. Did I read that right? After failing last a school? I don't. Well, hopefully you don't need to swim at your new job. Oh crap, that's awesome, thank you. I mean, I'm having, like I said, my motivation to draw is at an all-time high currently. I want to draw so bad, but I don't really feel like drawing tonight since, you know, like I said, I've drawn for the past 2 days, so I want to give myself a break. Speaking of, so I think I've mentioned that my full-time job is going to be storyboard related. So that means I'm going to be drawing a lot. But I've been speaking with my work site and like what kind of stuff they're going to be wanting me to work on, like projects wise. And it sounds like I'm going to be working on quite a few things once I get started. Like, it sounds like they want to put me to work once I start. Which I'm not exactly complaining about because, you know, that means I'm gonna get paid pretty well. But it's probably gonna be art levels, like art school levels of work. But I'm excited. I'm excited to have like a flow of income, finally. I'm so excited to work. I'm so excited. Off the bat, damn, they're not gonna let you rest. Yeah. I mean, all of December, this month, this is my rest time. This is like my time to be a bum, not do anything. sleep in until like 1, stay up really late, you know, do nothing. So this is my rest time. This is my rest time. Also, you said, that's good. I know hella artists get burnt out and refuse to touch a pin for 3 months. Yeah, I mean, I did mention that usually during my summer or winter breaks when I was at art school, I would like not draw for a month before I would finally like, you know, pick up my pencil. But now that I'm like fully done, like I said, my motivation's very high. My month-long cooldown is finally up. And so I'm very, I don't know. I want to draw. Oh. So, funny story. I completely forgot about this. I forgot to mention this at some time ago. But I think it was 2 weeks ago now, I got to spend the night in a zoo. Which is very random, but I wanted to mention this because I started thinking about like routines and stuff. But my state zoo just recently opened up a like lodging like opportunity. So basically they built like this neat little lodge in the middle of the zoo that you could like book like a hotel experience or a Airbnb, I guess. I don't know. And you can stay there for however long you want. But my family booked just the weekend. So we went there and like I said, we stayed the night in the zoo. But what was really cool is that it was kind of near the lions section. And lions, apparently, whenever it's like morning, dawn or whatever, they start roaring and, you know, making noise. And so they do this really early in the morning, apparently. They started roaring at like 5 a.m. and woke us up. And it was crazy because it sounds kind of like monsters, you know, just like just like making noise in the middle of the night. And it was really cool. It was really cool. I don't know if I'll ever be able to experience like hearing lions wake me up ever again. So that was a cool experience. Unless I guess I go on a safari, but I don't know if lions ever really get close to your base camps or whatever. You were living out your Zootopia 2 fanfic? That's a crazy thing to say. Speaking of, I did actually finally see Zootopia 2 this weekend. It was pretty good. I would say it was actually better than the first one. That was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. You know, because like, I wasn't originally planning on going to see it. Disney hasn't really been producing very good movies recently, unfortunately. And I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to go see Zootopia 2. But then I heard that it was actually pretty good from a bunch of different people. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll go give it a chance. And I did like it. I liked it a lot. You're in your movie era? Yeah, actually I am. Because I think I mentioned in the past that I actually don't watch a whole lot of movies. So what have I seen recently? I saw Superman, I saw Fantastic Four, I saw the Chainsaw Man movie, and then Zootopia 2. I saw all of those in theaters. So yeah, I really have been in my movie era, kinda. You've been watching everything? Frankenstein? I haven't watched Frankenstein yet, actually. I know you recommended it, but yeah, I haven't gotten to that yet. My chair is going down again. Hang on. Broken heart. Once I get that new office chair, it'll be great. Oh, you're probably referring to that Frankenstein thing. Yeah, unfortunately, I have not seen Frankenstein yet. Soon. Hashtag soon. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if it's necessarily that I'm just watching a whole bunch of movies, but it's more like I'm watching the same movie a lot in theaters, you know? I think I saw like Superman in theaters like 3 times? 3 or 4, I don't remember. And then I saw Chainsaw Man in theaters 3 times. So maybe I'm just giving off the illusion of watching a lot of movies. Chair slowly descending every 20 minutes descending. I know, right? This is why I need a new chair. I'll get that new chair eventually. I will. Next week, come next week, I'll have a new chair and we won't have this issue anymore. It's scheduled at this point. I wouldn't be surprised. It's doing it to spite me. Next week. Come next week after Christmas, we won't have this issue. But hopefully come next week as well, I'll have my new PC. Hopefully. Oh, okay, so something I've been noticing, which is odd, is the Wi-Fi like signal like has been bouncing back and forth this whole time, which is a little unfortunate considering that we did, like I said, update my modem and stuff. So I don't know if it's because of that or if it's because of the Ethernet port or what. I don't know. The past few streams with like our previous Wi-Fi setup was actually very stable. Didn't really have any like connection issues. But first stream after, you know, quote unquote upgrading our Wi-Fi, it's been having a bit of issues. Maybe it's just because we only just did it yesterday. So things are a little screwed for the time being. PC gamer shortcake era finna be lit. I hope so. I hope so. I'm really excited to get that PC. I'm hoping that it's gonna be a lot better than this one. Because as we know, I can't really play any games at the moment. That's odd. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the Ethernet port or if it's because of the modem change or whatever. I don't know. I hate having to try and do tech like support stuff because it's just like I'm not really that techie of a girl. We need to call the Geek Squad. That's what we need to do. They'll figure it out. Marvel Rivals era gonna hit? Ain't that right? I don't know about that. I do have Marvel Rivals, to be fair. Hi, Quirky. Geek Squad has arrived. So you're gonna solve my Wi-Fi issues? That's what you're gonna do for me, Quirky, all the way in the UK? But, yeah, like I was saying, I do have a Marvel Rivals account. It's just that I haven't been able to get it to, you know, I haven't been able to get it, like, to run on this PC. So once I get that new one, we should be smooth sailing. We should be good. Depends on how much you're paying. Well, currently I am unemployed, so I can't really pay all that much. But come January, I will be employed. I'll have a job. We don't want to trigger Greenwood, so I gotta whisper that. My ears. Oh, poor Greenwood. Triggered by the prospect of having a job. Sorry we're closed right now. Please hang up and call in January. Come January, it'll all be good. We'll all be good. No more Wi-Fi issues. I'll finally have a nice PC. We'll be chillin'. So I'm shaking my head. My cat's angry with me because she attacked the yarn I was crocheting and got caught in it and freaked out. Ain't that just the way? Cats just do it to themselves. Speaking of cats, big pull, big win. So I mentioned earlier that I went out to eat dinner with my family today because I'm visiting for the holidays. And the restaurant that we went to had a claw machine in their little lobby section, I guess is what it's called. And they had this teeny tiny little bitty kitty like keychain that looks like a little Ghibli character. It's so cute. And your girl, gamer pro extraordinaire, got it. It's so cute. Like, I think I spent like $7 to get it. It was like $1 per play. And my family kept urging me, come on, we gotta go, because the restaurant's closing. But I really wanted this cat, so I did not stop until I got it, and I did. Gamer girl, wrap it up. Shut up. Shut up. You're the one that's saying that claw machines scam you all the time. I, on the other hand, have a great track record with claw machines. What else could you call that but being a gamer? But yeah, I'm very happy. This little guy, he's super cute. I don't know if I could show a picture of it on screen because, you know, it's in my hands. But his name is Gib. Oh, draw it next stream? Yeah, sure. I'll draw what Gib looks like. I didn't ask, but hope you're doing well, Quirky. Hope you had a good weekend. I didn't stream on Sunday because I didn't really feel like it, but here I am now. I was saying that I don't think I'm gonna stream next week because, you know, the holidays and also my birthday. But my birthday has a bigger possibility. Whoa. Oh no. Vtube Studio crashed on me. Hang on. Why'd you do that? I'm good, just binged anime all weekend. Well, that's a nice weekend. Okay, just a sec, it's like she's still there. Just a second. I'm gonna get everything booted back up and I'll be back. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. It's just, I don't know why VTube Studio crashed on me. It's never done that before. I hope you guys are keeping yourselves entertained while I'm doing some tech support. Okay, I should be good. Don't know why that happened. Maybe it's just a product of, you know, my Wi-Fi hating me. I can still hear her voice. You guys are talking like I'm dead. Did you hear that? Shut up! Shut up! Okay, so Zom 100, a place further than the universe. Hokkaido girls are cute. Dragon dentist restaurant to another world. Interesting. I've never heard of that one, but it sounds cool. You know what? VTube Studio crashing like that is the exact reason why I need a new PC. Zom 100 is awesome. Oh, so you know what it is too. Okay. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, there's not a whole lot of like anime that I've watched. There's not a whole lot I've watched. I've seen a few that my brother has kind of like forced me to watch, but it's multiple shows? Zom 100? Oh, those are all multiple shows? Shows you what I know. Okay, so you watched Zom 100, a place further than the universe. Hokkaido girls are cute. Dragon dentist and restaurant to another world. Okay. Sorry, sometimes I'm slow. Not a true weeb like us. I guess not. You know what? I'll wear that like a badge of honor. Heartbreak. Yeah, to be honest, I think most of the like anime that I've watched in the past is mainly because of like my brother making me watch it with him. And there's not a whole lot of shows that he's made me watch, to be honest. One of them was Vinland Saga. I need to watch Vinland Saga season 2 because that was a good show. It's okay, you're forgiven for loving Chainsaw Man. Thank you. I am forgiven by the anime community. What were the eats today? We went to an Italian place today. So I had, so this is a little basic, but I wasn't really feeling like eating anything big today. I just had, spaghetti with meat sauce. I have been on the hunt for a good Bolognese pasta forever now, like for months, but every Italian restaurant I've been to in the past few months has not had Bolognese. And I'm getting frustrated because like I want some Bolognese so bad. What's that? I don't, how do I describe this? I don't entirely know how to describe it if I'm being quite honest. Here, let me pull up a description. Is Bolognese pasta. Okay, it's a classic Italian dish featuring a rich slow-cooked meat sauce, ragu alla Bolognese, served with pasta, traditionally thick egg noodles like tagliatelle, not spaghetti. That's what it says on Google. But it's really good. I really like it. And I've been craving it for a while now. It's just that, like I said, a bunch of the Italian restaurants I've been to recently just haven't had it. So I just can't find it. Sounds really good. Expensive? No, it's not expensive. I'd say it's about on the same level as like Alfredo or fettuccine Alfredo. That's what I was trying to say. Or I don't know, spaghetti. I would say it's about that same level, to be honest. Isn't it a standard Italian dish though? Why don't they have it? I have no clue. But I have been to multiple Italian restaurants in the past couple months, and none of them have it. And I'm just like, why? I really want it. I only was able to find it on the menu of one very small bistro that I would have had to go out of my way to go to. So I just didn't. I didn't go. And now I'm just like, man, will I ever get to fix that craving? Will I ever get to eat it? I don't think so. Because I think genuinely the last time I had bolognese was when I was studying abroad in France. Like, I genuinely think that's the last time I had bolognese pasta. Bro, you should have gotten Mexican food today. I thought about it, but I wasn't really craving Mexican today, if I'm being honest. Wasn't really feeling it. What else did I eat today? I had a crispy chicken wrap for lunch. That was really good. There was this one chain restaurant that was in my hometown that my family would eat at every Sunday as like a Sunday lunch thing. And they had this crispy chicken wrap on it that was so good. I loved eating that thing. But I must have been the only one ordering it, I guess, because they took it off the menu. And the issue with that is that this restaurant was a barbecue place. And I'm actually not that big of a barbecue person, mainly because I don't really like eating a whole lot of meat. Like, I'm not a vegan or anything, but like, it's just that I can't eat like large portions of meat. It's just too much for me. So barbecue isn't like high up on like a list of foods that I like eating. So when they took off that crispy chicken wrap, it basically took one of my favorite options on the menu away. So I found this new place in town that also has a crispy chicken wrap, and so I get it there instead. In France, yeah, you've not seen that dish ever again. Yeah, I'm probably never gonna see that bolognese ever again. That's unfortunate. I had black-eyed beans and potato curry today. Ooh, that does sound really good. That sounds really good, actually. We're coming to steal your leftovers. But yeah, I really do like a good crispy chicken wrap. That's one of my favorite meals, quote unquote. Bold of you to assume I left any. You know what? Fair. That's a fair comeback. I did not assume that you ate it all. Oh. So, you know how I was talking about Gib, that little stuffed cat I just got from the claw machine? I forgot. He has a little squeaker in it. Here, listen to him. That's Gib. I have him with me right here because I like looking at him. Did you win a dog toy? No, he's a little stuffed cat keychain that just has a little squeaker in it. He's super cute. I like him a lot. I saw him just sitting there, and he has like these big old eyes, just big circles, and he's wearing a little scarf. I'm gonna draw him whenever I do my next art stream so that you guys can see what he looks like. He's adorable. I love Gib. And I didn't realize he had a squeaker in him when I won him, so. Yeah, it's really crazy just how like my Wi-Fi has suddenly gotten worse after our quote-unquote upgrade. Like, I don't think I've seen it like go down and back up like this in forever. I have no idea why it's like this, especially because I'm connected to an Ethernet cable. So It has to be just the Wi-Fi, like the modem. Because I didn't have this issue like last week whenever we had our old modem. Oh well. I'm sure we'll figure it out. That's why I was talking about the Geek Squad earlier. Just been having a lot of like issues with Wi-Fi tonight. Oh, did you do the across the house Ethernet? Yeah, so basically what we did is that we got a new modem and then we got a bunch of Wi-Fi extenders to place around the house, especially in areas that don't get like as good Wi-Fi. So the room that I'm in isn't as like close to the modem as it could be. So there's a Wi-Fi extender in here, and those Wi-Fi extenders have Ethernet ports on the back of them that you could plug, you could plug into. So that's what we did. We got, I have a really long Ethernet cable that I plugged into my PC to that extender. And I did the same thing at my apartment back a couple months ago, and it worked just fine. But because I think we replaced the modem, I think that's why my Wi-Fi isn't working as well as it was previously. That's the only thing I can like think of. Like the only reason why I think that it's not running as well as it used to. Yeah. Because like I said, I'm connected to the Ethernet cable. It's just gotta be the modem. That's the only explanation. When will my tech issues when will my tech issues cease? So it hasn't been as cold here recently. It's actually been quite nice outside. Chilly, but not like bad. And we turned on the heater in this room just because like it was a little chilly, but I feel it's getting a little hot. How's the weather? It could be affected by the cold as well. Like I was just saying, it's actually been quite nice out. In the 50s recently, which I don't know how cold that is in Celsius. Hang on. For my UK friend over there, 50 F2 Celsius. That would be 10 degrees Celsius. So it hasn't been that bad, actually. Like, sure, that's chilly, but it's not bad. I think it's been fine. You might need to check your bandwidth entanglement. My connection was weird too last year and it turned out to be non-Euclidean latency. Man, that explanation went a little bit over my head, but I'll look into it. Just to see if that's what's going on. I made up a bunch of words. Okay, I just can't take anything Greenwood says seriously. I thought that Greenwood was genuinely trying to be helpful, but no. What do I get? I put my faith in you. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt, and this is what you do? Regardless, I'm gonna have to look into it, see if there's anything that we can do. Or, like I said, we could just call the Geek Squad, I guess. Does new Wi-Fi have 5G? I do not know. I haven't really been the one handling the Wi-Fi situation, if I'm being honest. Sure, I helped set up the extenders and stuff, but actually setting up the modem and like other like hardwired stuff, I didn't do that, so I don't know. Never trust a man, little bro. Wise words. Not until January. Uh-oh. Not until January, yep. I mean, I don't know. I've had tech issues for a while now, but I thought that most of them were going to be kind of solved once, I moved. because I didn't necessarily have the greatest Wi-Fi plan at my apartment. So once I moved into my new house, I was like, okay, cool, we'll get it all set up and now all fixed and figured out. And whoops, that's not the case because we quote unquote upgraded it and here we are. Oh well, it'll be all right. You might just need to give it time. Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Cause like, you know, I think we literally just changed the modem yesterday. I think it was, no, Sunday. We just changed the modem Sunday. So it maybe just needs time to, you know, get acquainted with the area and network, I suppose. That way, it can settle in, figure itself out. Would you say you prefer Italian food over every other genre? If not, what's your top 3? I like Italian, but I don't know if it's my top 3. I would say my top 3 is probably like Japanese, Mexican, and I suppose Indian food. So Japanese, Mexican, Indian. Those would be my top 3. Malay food is so good. Ooh, I've never had it. I would not be opposed to trying it. If I could find a restaurant, I would love to try it. Hawaiian food be bussin'? Oh, I believe it. I visited Hawaii once when I was a child, but like I said, I was a child, so that was a while ago. So I don't remember really much about like the food there. And I don't know if there's any Malay restaurants nearby. I would love to try it. I would describe it as a mix between Japanese and Indian. Ooh, that sounds really good. And those are in my top 3, so I would love to try that. You know, maybe if I'm feeling up to it, I've got to try a Canadian poutine before I die. You know, I've been to Canada once, and I thought about trying a poutine up there. It's just that, I don't know, it doesn't look very good to me if I'm being honest. It just, I think it's the cheese curds that are throwing me off. Maybe that's it. Why no British food? No offense, but whenever I visited England, I will say that I don't remember anything about the food. Like, I remember trying haggis in Scotland. I remember eating some really good Irish dishes when I was there. I don't remember anything about the British food, like, from England. So sorry. You sold? I don't know. Don't worry, Ninja, I stand with you. I don't know, I'm just saying, I don't remember much about the English food I ate. Chicken tikka is a British dish, is it? Like, tikka masala? Isn't that Indian? I don't know. I don't know really anything about British food. Invented here, oh, okay. Okay, I'll take your word for it, I suppose. But anyway, what I was saying is that, I think if I'm feeling up to it, if I stream on Thursday, I may, draw that day. We'll see. Because I've been in the mood to draw, just not tonight. Yeah, but either that or I'll play more Fate. We'll see. Whatever I'm in the mood for whenever I sit down in that chair. What did you think of haggis? It just tasted like a meatball to me, if I'm being honest. It didn't, like, you know, everyone is like, oh, haggis, it's sheep stomach, whatever. It just tasted like a meatball. I don't know. Maybe it's because it was in the shape of a meatball. Black pud is pretty fire as well. Black pudding? I don't think I tried that while I was there. But let me look it up. Let me look up what black pud is. It's a blood sausage. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to trying it at least once. I've mentioned it a couple times, but I'm not really big on like eating a whole like a big slab of meat. So yeah, I'll try it. I'll try it. What are you gonna draw? If I do draw on Thursday, I'll probably just continue drawing some more fan art of VTubers, which I've been doing for the past couple of days, because I'm in the mood to draw them. I have like a whole list of VTubers I want to draw fan art of, so I might just work on a drawing for one of them. Staple part of a full English breakfast. Oh, interesting. You know, when I have visited Europe, I will say I do really like European style breakfasts because I'm not a big breakfast person in general. So I've never really been big on like sausage, bacon, eggs. Like I know I'll have them, but I won't go out of my way to eat them. So whenever I went and visited Europe a couple times, they had like these spreads where it was like sandwich stuff. So like some slices of cheese, some ham, and then fruits and stuff. I really liked that. I really liked those options. And it made me really enjoy the breakfast style that Europe had. Who's on my list? Let me pull it up. My list of VTubers I want to make fan art of. So I have Limes, or Limelicious, Porcelain Maid, Bao, Shy Lily, Amelie, Yuzu, Doki Bird, Shoto, Saba, and Kenji. Those are people that are on my list currently that I want to draw fan art of. But maybe I'll add more. Cereal supremacy. I'm not big on cereal, to BH. Bro, if I'm not dropping into a coma after breakfast, I ain't eating. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not big on breakfast. I've never been a big breakfast eater. I don't know. Hang on. Your regularly scheduled chair going down has gone down too far. I need to adjust it really quick. There we go. Man, this chair, it's my op. It's my biggest enemy. Your views on cereal broke my heart. I'm so sorry. I mean, I'll eat some cereal. I liked Frosted Flakes growing up and Cocoa Puffs, but I don't know. I'm not a breakfast person. It's just never been like something that I've been really all that enthused about. She keeps freezing for a moment for me, but not fully. Yeah, it's because of the Wi-Fi. The bars will go down and then they'll pop back up. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, guys. It's just, like I said, my Wi-Fi is having a fit at the moment since we quote-unquote upgraded it. To be fair, I didn't like any of the cereal I tried in the States. Yeah, that might be one of the reasons why. Yeah, it's funny. I'm looking at the bitrate like monitor on my stream manager, and I can just see like dips whenever stream will freeze. That's so funny. Wait, do you still have the Wi-Fi on with the Ethernet plugged in? Do I need to turn on? Wait, what do you mean? Like, is that a thing? Like, I need to turn off the, Will you explain really quick, Quirky? Because that might be what's going on. I don't know. Because I do have Ethernet plugged in currently, but if let me pull up my settings really quick while you type. So are you saying that I should turn off the Wi-Fi because I have Ethernet? Okay, not always, but mine plays up like that sometimes if I have both Wi-Fi and Ethernet on, so I keep my Wi-Fi off so it prioritizes, okay, I'm gonna turn it off. I hope everything goes all right. All right, I turned it off, so I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you, Quirky. I hope that everything... Okay. My Wi-Fi went out for a sec. This is just the universe's way of giving me karma. Ha! Karma. This is what you get for making fun of me. Okay, well, yeah, That's just from my experience, though. Not sure of the specifics behind it. Okay, well, yeah, like I said, I went ahead and turned it off, and everything seems to be going all right now. I hope that, that is the solution, actually. Like, I hope so. Because I'm scared. I'm scared that my Ethernet will, like, cut out for whatever reason, and then stream is just gonna go dead. Although it seems to be running pretty smoothly at the moment. I hope so. I'm waiting for my payday in January if this fixes it. Okay. That'd be crazy if it does work. I mean, I'd be happy, but like, if that was the solution to like it going out, that'd be crazy. I'm waiting for my allowance to buy candy from the store. Okay, I'm not your mom. I'm not gonna give you an allowance. I mean, I'm not noticing any freezes now. Yeah, like I said, I've noticed, I'm like keeping an eye on the like, I don't know if you guys have used OBS before, but there's like this little bar that shows your connectivity and like how well it's like streaming the data or whatever. And it's staying pretty strong currently, so that might have been the issue. She spent it on better Wi-Fi and tech aid. Yeah. I hope that actually, it's actually doing really well, like on my end. Like, Quirky, thank you. When I get those VIP badges, Quirky, you're gonna get one. Congratulations, you have earned a VIP badge. Fuck yeah, I knew I was a pro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Woo! What's funny is that I actually... Yeah, me and... Okay, hold now. Hold on, Greenwood. That was all Quirky. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. But, you know, actually, in order to get those VIP badges, it's interesting. They have like a requirement where you have to like hit, I think 50 followers and then have 5 people chat at the same time. So I'm a little ways off from getting those VIP badges, but it'll happen eventually. It'll happen soon. Greenwood is like the little bro that gave you the controller that had to connect. This is true. Man, if I do get that PC for my birthday next week, I'm gonna be so happy. Like, we're gonna be, I'm so happy. Cause like, we're gonna be able to play so many games and stuff. That's gonna be so fun. I'm so excited. Next year, 2026 is looking to be shortcake year. Which is funny because technically this year should be shortcake year. It's the year of the snake. I'm so excited, broski. Me too. I'm so excited. I'm gonna be ballin'. Do you know the spec shortcake? I hope they bought it already as prices have already started to jump. I did notice that prices are starting to get a little ridiculous, especially for RAM. And I assume they've already bought it because we were talking the other day, my family and I were talking about like gifts that we still need to get. And the way that my dad spoke about it, he said that he has already gotten everyone's gifts except for like a couple family members. So I assume that means he got my birthday and Christmas gift already. So I hope he's already gotten it so that he can avoid like the insane prices currently. I can't say for sure though, because you know, they're not going to tell me if what they've got me or when they got it or whatever, you know? I can only hope so that, you know, he doesn't have to worry about the insane price jump. I don't know the specs though, because if I ask, I doubt they'll tell me, because, you know, it's supposed to be a gift and a surprise, you know? I'm looking forward to this weekend. Rented an Airbnb with some mates. Oh, how fun! That's gonna be so much fun. I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna be doing anything crazy for my birthday next week. Just a family dinner. But that sounds like so much fun. Now I just gotta survive it. I hope you survive so you can join in on the year of shortcake next year. So tomorrow is going to be interesting for me because I know I've kept saying that my job, I'm gonna be having my job in January, and it's true. I already got like I already have things like kind of moving in process with HR and stuff to, you know, get me all set up and everything. But I technically have an interview with my supervisor tomorrow to, you know, confirm and everything. And it's funny because, you know, in general, when you are interviewing for a job with like a supervisor, you have to be professional, you have to, you know, take it seriously and stuff. But I've been interning with this department for the past 3 years, so I know the supervisor pretty well, and we're pretty chill with each other. So it's really funny because it's like, it's a formality. We have to call each other and be like, ah, yes, this is what the job description is. This is how much money you're gonna be getting, blah, 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 blah. But in reality, it's probably gonna be us being like, hey, how you doing? It's like, hey girl, not, hey girl, how you doing? Kind of call. Which is the best kind of job, isn't it? When you're so chill with your supervisor and stuff. I'm so excited. It was something to do with storyboard and animation work, right? Yeah. So, I'm gonna be working as primarily a storyboard artist, helping out with like trailers and other stuff. I'm not gonna be working in the animation industry itself, but regarding more like publishing and stuff. But I'm still excited. Because like it's so chill. It's not gonna be as like nearly intensive as like the animation industry or as unstable. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited because, like I said, I've interned with this department for like 3 years now. And I know everyone on the team very well. They're so fun. I don't think I could have gotten luckier with the group of people I'm going to be working with and the kind of work I'm going to be doing. I can't emphasize or say enough how excited I am to start this job. I can't wait. My favorite work thing is getting my granny to call my uncle that I worked for and demanding he give me a raise. Ah, you love it whenever you can play that card, huh? Getting someone high up to be able to be like, hey, give this person a raise. Yeah, it looks like everything is kind of smoothed out in terms of like the connectivity issues. Thank you, Quirky. I'm so glad that you kind of had a experience in this issue so that I could get it fixed out. That's so lucky, dude. A lot of times the job can be awesome, but the coworkers are ass. But when you got good coworkers, life is so good. I'm, like I said, I'm so excited to work with these people. They're so fun. And it's just a chill environment all around. So I'm very excited. To be fair, he paid me 2 euros an hour at that time. Jesus Christ. I know he's your uncle, but man, that's American waitress kind of money. I will take the Wi-Fi God title now. Yep. All hail Quirky, the Wi-Fi God. I was like 12 in his defense. Okay, that's a little bit more understandable. Still, that's crazy. I had like a summer job whenever I was like 12, 13, maybe a little bit older, but in that range. And I got paid more than that. Wait, no, that's just child labor. It doesn't help. You're right. Because even when I did summer jobs and stuff, I got paid more than that. And that's crazy. I know there's a conversion rate, but still. Man, I just can't get over it. I can't get over it. Like, the Wi-Fi issue has already been fixed. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I know I keep saying it and everything, but like that was like genuinely like stressing me out just the tiniest bit, thinking about like having to try and get it all sorted out. But that one suggestion has fixed everything. I can't believe it. Now all we need, that PC, and we're set. Oh. So, remember how earlier we were talking about Zootopia 2? So, I just gotta say this, it's kind of crazy. I can't believe that, so before I had watched Zootopia 2, I had heard a lot of things about how good it was, and that was the main reason why it convinced me to actually go see it. But I had heard a little bit about how there was a very heavy like subtext of like a romantic relationship between Nick and Judy, and I didn't realize just how much there was until I watched it. It's insane how much romantic tension those two have, and it's not subtle. Like, it's crazy. I thought people were exaggerating, because, you know, people on the internet tend to exaggerate, like, shipping stuff, but no, they weren't exaggerating. Oh, and I would suggest if your new PC doesn't come with it, then at some point get yourself a network card to go in it. Okay, cool. I'll keep an eye on that. I'll double check whenever I do get that PC, but it might be a bit before I figure it all out because I'm not that techie. Is the first one good? It's pretty good. The first Zootopia is pretty good, although I will say I think the second one is better. Because there was a couple of like plot stuff that doesn't necessarily hold up that well in retrospect. But it was still pretty good. But I really enjoyed this one, Zootopia 2. It was really good. If they do plan on making more sequels, I will be honest, I won't be against it. Because, you know, there's a whole bunch of like animated movies and stuff that I feel like don't need as many sequels as they have or are getting. Toy Story. But Zootopia 2, I feel, is one that can actually like has a lot of material that it can work with. Because, you know, the premise of, you know, Nick and Judy being like crime-solving cops, there's a lot that you can do with that. So it's like, yeah, I feel like that Zootopia is one of the franchises that they have that they can make a whole lot of sequels with, and I wouldn't be opposed to it, you know? Lol, make the disc so Greenwood could help with tech issues. Well, that certainly is a suggestion. Also, chair is going down again. Just a sec. All right. They don't know I have less tech knowledge than Shortcake. Ain't that just the way? You know, I used to be really against, whenever I was little, I used to be really against using the word ain't because I didn't consider it proper grammar when I was a kid. But ever since I watched Over the Garden Wall and the character Greg saying ain't that just the way changed me. I like saying that. I swear new chair better be high in your list of things to buy. It is. I need that new chair. And it is on my list. It's on my list of like gifts and like stuff. If I don't get it as a gift, it's a thing I want to buy. So, new chair, definitely up there. It makes you feel like a little country southern boy. Yeah. Although I love the way that he says it in the show in Over the Garden Wall, where he's just like, ain't that just the way? It's so funny. Because, you know, I had watched Over the Garden Wall for the first time in my freshman year of college. And unfortunately, it was with a friend that my friend group kind of had a falling out with. So I didn't necessarily have good associations with the show, considering that she was the one that showed it to me and I watched it with. So I always just kind of associated Over the Garden Wall with her. And eventually this year, during my master's program, a bunch of the groups in my a large group in my major decided that they wanted to have an Over the Garden Wall binge night. So I went and rewatched it then, and I did not remember how funny that show was. It was so funny. I liked it a lot. And it was a lot of fun rewatching it with like a good group of people, you know? It genuinely made me laugh out loud several times. Over the Garden Wall was so good. It was genuinely a really good show. I liked it a lot. And what's crazy is that one of the people that came to that binge night had the art book for Over the Garden Wall, which is apparently no longer in print. And also, if you want to get it off of like eBay, it's like over $1,000. So it was crazy that they just had it, because they said they got it when it first was like published and first came out. So crazy that they had one and they were showing it, you know? I hate it when something like that gets ruined by a crappy time. Yeah, that friend, like I said, we had a falling out, our friend group did, with her. And so, unfortunately, I just had bad associations, but Now I don't really have that same association anymore with her and it. So that's good. Yeah, I think speaking of art books, I had to buy Grease on Switch just for the art book. It was going for a few hundred online. Oh my gosh. Yeah, art books can be pretty expensive. Like, I love collecting art books for different shows and movies. And yeah, they can be very pricey. They can be. But that's crazy. I think my most expensive art book that I own is currently the Alien Stage art book. But that's because I think I had to buy it from, well, I bought it off of Amazon and I think it shipped from Korea. So I had to get it that way. And I've mentioned this in the past where I have the Alien Stage art book in Korean, and then a couple weeks after I bought it and it was delivered, they released it in English. So I'm like, do I order it again so it's in English and I can actually read it? Or do I just like live with the fact that I have the Korean version? Alien Stage? Alien Stage is this really cool music video project. So it's like a story told purely through music videos. It's really cool. Maybe I could show you one day, because like I like it a lot and the music is fantastic. It's really, really good. You gotta watch it. Yeah, you gotta watch it. It's really good. If I don't show it to you, watch it on your own. It's really good. And the music is phenomenal. That does sound pretty cool. I'll have to check it out. Yeah. I'm trying to think. So they have an official playlist, and just watch it from like round 1 to the most recent one. Just keep in mind there isn't a round 4. A lot of people get confused about that, but for narrative purposes, they skip from round 3 to round 5. So just keep that in mind so you don't get confused. What's the weirdest music video you guys have seen? Okay, so I don't know if this counts as a music video. I mean, it probably does, but my brother, he has a large, like wide, like taste in music as compared to me. I find music that I like and then play it on loop, but he likes to like explore different genres and stuff, and just like, he's a lot more experimental with his like music taste than I am. But one of his like favorite joke music labels that he really likes is this one. I don't remember what it's called or anything, but they basically purposefully make like bad music. And he showed me some of their music videos and stuff, and because their whole bit is purposely making things bad, that was just I don't remember really anything. I don't remember the name of the studio. I don't remember the names of the songs. All I remember is there's this one song where like the repeated chorus or whatever was like, Christmas time, da 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 da, and then it's like, do all your shopping at Walmart. That's the only thing I remember about that song, and it was it was very weird. I don't know how else to. You have to ask the name. I will. I'll ask him, and he'll probably be thrilled that I'm asking about it again. Mine's for sure Die Fantasy, or DYE. Is it Die or DYE? Either way, interesting. Never heard of it. Sweatshirt by Jacob Sartorius be bringing up some PTSD. Oh, DYE? Okay. Like I said, I don't really have like a wide range of taste in music, so a lot of the names and stuff are unfamiliar with me. To be honest, I'm very much a musical girl, and Vocaloid, musicals, and some pop, and J-pop. But that's generally my my lanes and tastes in music, so that's where I kind of stick. It's for sure 18 plus and weird/wild. Oh, okay. You don't know Jacob Sartorius? No, I don't. And if I saw a picture of him, I maybe, but I'm not really good with like celebrities. I don't really know much about like artists and celebrities and stuff. Never really keep up with them. I listen to a bit of everything. Well, that's good. Oh, another genre of music that I really like that Greenwood has made fun of me in the past for, just so you know. I love classical and orchestral music. Love it. Absolutely love orchestral and classical. I'm gonna get called old again in the chat. I just know it. And I've mentioned in the past that they were like TikTokers before the TikTokers. Yep, there it is. Classical. I have Beethoven's Fifth Symphony on vinyl. I like that. That's so cool. Yeah, I love orchestral classical music. It's so good. Obviously, I like a lot of the classics, like Vivaldi's Winter. Vivaldi's Winter is really good. I love Beethoven. Also, the Carmen opera sound, like orchestra, so good. Like Toradora, or not, that's not it. But either way, so good. But yeah. I love classical music. Also, just when I say orchestral, I do mean like, you know, movie OST or video game OSTs. Those are really good. They're very, very good. I like them a lot. And then, let me think. I love a lot of classical waltz music as well. Yeah, waltzes are so good. I love waltzes. They're good. You know, we're gonna be here like geeking out about like classical music and stuff, and then Greenwood is gonna pop in calling us like a nerd or something. And before you say it, my aching hips already tell me I'm old. Yeah. It's funny because it's like I love classical music too. Skrillex is my favorite. Ouch. Go to the bad corner. Man, Greenwood is so disrespectful. That actually... Well, the disrespect is insane. But, you know, so one of my favorite video game OSTs, since we're kind of on the topic of like orchestral soundtracks, is Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if you've ever like played or watched Kingdom Hearts Quirky, but the music in Kingdom Hearts is genuinely phenomenal. Like Yoko Shimomura is genuinely like a genius, like a genius music composer. It's so good. And last year for Christmas, or well, for several years now, or whatever, I had been asking for this music box that plays Vector to the Heavens. And I'd been asking for it for years. And last year I finally got it. And I like literally took it out of the box and like wound it up to listen to it. And I cried. I cried listening to Vector to the Heavens on my music box. It's so good. I went to see the Marvel movie soundtracks played live by an orchestra. That was epic. Oh, that's so cool. Shion's theme is cinema. It is Vector to the Heavens and Musique pour la Tresse, I think is how you say it. de Xion or something like that. Ugh, I get so emotional every time I listen to Xion's music. It's so good, so good. Never played or watched any clips of Kingdom Hearts, but I do know and love the soundtrack. It's so good. I love it. I love it so, so much. The soundtrack, and like I said, Yoko Shimomura, genuinely, like, genius composer. Love her. Speaking of like seeing like stuff played live by an orchestra, I got to go see the Avatar: The Last Airbender as a live orchestra. They played like a bunch of the music from the entire show. It was really cool. I liked it a lot. I went with like a friend and my brother. Genuinely so cool. I think I started crying when they started playing Leaves on the Vine, the song that Iroh sings. It was cool. It was cool. I liked it a lot. Jealous, I love Avatar. It was really cool. And what was even cooler is that we actually got tickets, like seats that were really close to the stage. And we were actually so close and near like the center aisle that I could see the conductor's like iPad and how like they, conduct and time the musicians. It was really cool. I had never seen a program like that or known like generally how they keep track of like timing and stuff. It was so cool. I genuinely a really cool experience, and I would love to go to another orchestra like that. Like several years ago, they had a world tour for like the Kingdom Hearts and Orchestra. I want to go to an orchestra playing Kingdom Hearts music so bad. I want to so bad. And I think genuinely, if I go one day, I will be sobbing. Like, I cried during Leaves on the Vine. I will be sobbing the entire time throughout the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra. I swear. I just have to wait for whenever they actually, like, do it again. Because, like, the last time they did it, I think was, like, before 2020. So I don't know when they're gonna do it again. Maybe once we finally get news on Kingdom Hearts 4. Pack mini tissues. Yep, I'm gonna have to. If I want to survive that show, I'm gonna have to. Oh, speaking of Kingdom Hearts 4, kind of tangential, but still. So what do we think about the Game Awards? Because that also happened last week. How we feeling about that? Because, well, heartbreak emoji. E33 cleared shop and it deserved to. Yeah, I mean, I haven't played Expedition 33 myself. I heard a lot of people saying it was really, really good. And don't get me wrong, I hear that, I believe that. It's just that, I personally think that it's a little unfortunate that it overshadowed and eclipsed all the other like categories to where a bunch of other games didn't get the recognition that I feel like they deserved. I don't know how to like really articulate this, but like yes, Expedition 33 deserved a lot of those awards. I just feel like maybe we should have given the awards to some of the other games as well. Yeah, not gonna lie, yeah. For instance, like, best indie debut, probably should have gone to, like, I don't know, Dispatch? I hear that one was pretty good. Indie probably should have gone to something, like, else as well, I don't know. Art direction, don't get me wrong, I hear that the game is very pretty and everything. I just think that maybe Hades 2 or like Silksong or something probably should have won. I don't know. Oh, for sure. I feel like they should have a limit on how many awards a single game could win. Yeah. I think that as well. Just so, because like, no one likes a sweep. no one likes it when a game, show, movie, or whatever sweeps award season, because then it's just kind of boring to watch. And also, it just kind of like steals recognition away from other like shows, games, or whatever that also deserve that recognition. Because, like, yes, we all know that Expedition 33 deserved those awards, but so did the other ones as well. And since, you know, Expedition 33 took all those other awards, like, and Game of the Year, it's like, go ahead and, like, you know, just give the smaller awards to the other games if you want. Dispatch had everyone held in a chokehold. I've heard a lot about Dispatch. Just haven't played it myself. My beloved Bin Star was robbed yet again. You know what? I don't really know Bin Star all that well because I don't play a whole lot of games currently. I think from what I've heard, he should have won that year that he was nominated for Clive in Final Fantasy 16. Should have won that year. And I'm glad that they recognized the other girl for this year. What was her name? Jennifer? Glad that she got recognized, because didn't Ben win last year? Didn't he win last year for a different role? I don't remember. It feels weird to call Expedition 33 an indie game with how high the budget was. Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying, and kind of what I agree with as well, considering the fact that it had, like, what, 30 developers and like a $10 million budget or something? And then there's, like, I don't know, Silksong that only had like 4 or 7 developers. And the others having even less. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it necessarily should have qualified as an indie, because the way that my brother put it is like, well, Kojima Studios is also considered an indie, but would you consider his studio an indie? Or an independent studio? And I was like, you know what? You got me there. Because, you know, I was a little on the fence whenever I was first talking about this, and I was just like, well, you know, they technically are an independent studio. They started out small, and then they just kind of got bigger along the way. And then as soon as he gave me that analogy, I was like, no, you know what? You kind of got a point. You kind of got a point. What does indie mean nowadays? I feel like the definition is changing. I mean, generally speaking, it just means that you're not a part of, like, you know, a really big, major established studio, like, corporate style. So, like, Pixar, Disney, DreamWorks, Sony, you know, in that vein. But in terms of, like, video games, Microsoft, Nintendo, PlayStation, excuse me, and any of its subsidiaries, those are generally, if you don't work directly under those branches, generally speaking, you're going to be considered independent regardless of how big you are. But people have a bit of a harder time, you know, being like, yes, this game that had a $10 million budget is an indie game. I don't know. Because a lot of people like to, you know, be like, independent means really small. And yeah, that is the case most of the time. But technically speaking, yeah, the developers of Expedition 33 and like I said, Kojima's studio now is considered independent. So I don't know, it's just like anything that isn't under like those big mega corporations is really considered independent nowadays. It's kind of like how Spindle Force, the studio that animates like Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel, they started out independent, and technically they are kinda sorta asterisk, but they've been picked up by Amazon Prime, so would you really consider them an independent studio now? Because they primarily animate for shows that, you know, broadcast under or on an Amazon-owned studio or like site. It's a little bit muddled, like the definition of independent. But generally speaking, it just depends on who you report to. Next year, you gotta stream Expedition 33. Bro, I know damn well I ain't gonna play it. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I will. Although, we'll see. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie. There's a whole lot of, like, popular, like, big games that don't necessarily look the most appealing to me. Expedition 33 being one where I'm kind of, like, meh on. But we'll see. We'll see. Depends on how I feel like whenever time comes. Because my mood fluctuates a lot, as you can probably tell, about how I feel about doing things or whatever. So maybe next year I will play it. Who knows? It's a beauty of a game. Oh, don't get me wrong. I've heard it's really good. Just whether or not I'll actually play it is up in the air, you know? Again, there's a couple of like other games I kind of want to play first, because I have a small list of games that I want to play as soon as I get my new PC. For instance, I really want to, I really want to play Hollow Knight, and then Silksong. But then I also want to play like Crime Scene Cleaner, and then I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom yet, even though I played Breath of the Wild, so maybe I could play Tears of the Kingdom on stream. I don't know. But there's a whole lot of games that I do want to play, and I think it would be fun to play on stream. So Expedition 33 might be a little lower on the priority list. Maybe. I don't know. We know you're gonna be playing recent hit game NBA 2K26. Okay. Oh dear. Crime Scene Cleaner. I want to play Crime Scene Cleaner so bad. Okay, so there was one day where I had booted up like Crime Scene Cleaner, and then I pulled up OBS because I was like, I was gonna stream it. I was gonna stream it that day. I really, really, really wanted to play it. And then, unfortunately, it just started running terribly because I had OBS pulled up, and then I had VTube Studio pulled up and everything. So I wasn't able to stream it. My PC just wasn't strong enough. So that's why I keep going like, when I get my PC. Cause like really, it's my current PC that's limiting me from playing so many games currently. Oh, my poor little PC. It works decently well, but it wasn't built to be a streaming computer. I got it before I decided I wanted to try streaming. Another game that I really want to play is Minecraft. I've mentioned it before, but I think it would be fun to have like a long form, like hardcore Minecraft world, because, you know, I haven't played Minecraft since literally I was like a child, and I had it on my iPads or my iPod or whatever it was, and it was like Minecraft like Bedrock or like Pocket Edition. That's what it was. Pocket Edition. And I haven't touched Minecraft since, and I think it'd be so fun. I want to play it so bad and try my hand at it. That sounds so fun. Yeah, I want to try it so bad. I think it would be so fun. Watch me fail like over and over and over again. And outside of a hardcore world, something that I really want to do is that I saw this really funny clip of somebody having instant respawn and keep inventory on whenever they died in survival. So as soon as they died, they would just immediately snap back to their bed, and it looked so funny. I want to do that. That sounds like it sounds like fun. Just like as a more casual playthrough as compared to like, you know, hardcore. But if you guys have any other game suggestions, because I remember Greenwood, I think you're the one that suggested Baldur's Gate at one point. It was you or someone else. If you guys have like game suggestions, I'd be totally open to listening to them because it'd be so fun to just play through a bunch of games. And there goes my chair. Your regularly scheduled chair going down has happened. Just a sec. Omori? Yeah, Omori would be really cool. I've listened to some of the songs from Omori. So yeah, I'd be down to check out Omori. That'd be so cool. And then 1000 Resist. I remember you telling me about that, Quirky. Yeah, I'd be down to check that out too. Your chair is trying to send you to hell? Yeah, probably. My chair wants me gone. But there's so much stuff that we could do, which would be really cool. The only thing I'm a little worried about is that I've heard from other streamers that had like a full-time job and then streamed after work, that it can get kind of tiring. And that's something I'm a little worried about, that I'll like finish a work day, go home, and then I won't have like the energy to stream afterwards. I don't know. We'll just have to see, because I've never done it before. So hopefully maybe my stamina isn't that bad, you know? We'll see. We'll see. Once come January, we'll like get a good look at how I'll work with both streaming and my full-time job. Bro, if GTA 6 comes out next year, I fear it's gonna be another wash. Oh, was GTA 5 bad? I've never played GTA, so I don't really know much about like quality when it comes to those games. You should both play Neon White as well so you can join me in my rage. I've heard of Neon White. There's this YouTuber I watch who really likes that game. And it looks very hard. To be fair, just don't commit to certain days and just do when you're not tired. You've definitely got to pace yourself and let people know that streaming isn't an obligation but a hobby, you know? Fair enough. Yeah, that's something that I really want to make clear, you know, whenever I do stream, that, you know, this is a hobby for me. I do it because I find it fun, not because I want to make it a career or anything. So I will take your advice to heart. Plus, I feel like I've already been doing pretty good at like streaming when I'm up to it and somewhat sticking to a schedule, you know? Because like I said, I try to stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but if I don't feel like it, I don't. And then the weekend's always a gamble, whether or not I actually stream on the weekend. So I'm glad that you guys come and hang out with me when I do stream on my my inconsistent schedule. It's very nice to know that you guys just come and chill with me. It's nice. I spent over a year on one level trying to shave. Oh my gosh, that's insane. On Neon White. Oh my goodness. I can't imagine. I've never been a speedrunner. I think it'd be funny to try speedrunning, but I don't feel like I have the coordination that is needed for that kind of games, or kind of runs. No, thank you for chilling with us. Oh no, I thank you. I have fun chatting with you guys. I have fun just, you know, doing whatever, and you guys just sticking around to chat with me. And this level's less than 6 seconds long, by the way, so the countless times I had to redo that level. Oh my gosh. Well, I admire your determination to do so, but that's insane. Yeah, you chill and got good vibes since I arrived. Well, thank you. I'm glad that it's a chill space for us all. I do like streaming at this time of day because when I did that Fate stream the other day, early on, um, I felt like a little disoriented because usually I stream, in the evenings, almost at night. And so I have a lot to talk about, and like that happened in the day or happened in the week. So when I streamed in the middle of the day, I was like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to talk about because nothing has really happened today yet. But we're good. We're good. Plus, I think that generally streaming around the times that I have been in the evenings will work with my like full-time schedule, whenever I start in January. So, you know, hopefully that means it'll be fine. I don't know. Side effects of not liking mint ice cream. Oh yeah, I told you I don't like mint ice cream. That was a long time ago. Girl, what are you talking about? You got so many traveling stories? You know what? You're right. It's just that I forget what to talk about sometimes. It's just like I've done a lot in my life that it like integer overflows, and to me, not thinking I have nothing to talk about. Because this was before you started joining in Quirky, but there was a time when Greenwood was like convinced that I was a CIA agent. Because of just how much stuff I've done in my childhood, like how many camps and stuff I did. Oh, she was secretly a CIA agent, don't let her fool you. I literally just... Yeah, I did a lot of activities as a child. A lot of camps and stuff that just kind of gave me a lot of like experiences that not everyone else had. For instance, one of the stories I told Greenwood was that I went to a shooting camp that basically taught you the safety protocols of, handling a gun. And I entered a rifle competition or rifling competition, and I got second place in the whole camp. And just because I missed, like, the boy scored 1 point over me, and I'm still mad about that. It was 1 point. I almost had a perfect score. He had a perfect score. I was 1 off. I'm still a little pressed about that. To be fair, I didn't learn for 4 years that my best friend had been backpacking and done psychedelics with natives in Borneo rainforest. Then he dropped that story randomly. That's so funny. I feel like that's what I'm like to you guys. I'll just like come back on a random Tuesday or Thursday with like just some crazy out-of-pocket story that you guys are like, what? Like a story from my childhood or whatever, being like, hey, did I ever tell you about the time that I witnessed a shark attack in Hawaii? And you're like, what? CIA confirmed. Wait, no, you can't. No, that's exactly what I mean. I can just drop some random lore and you guys are like, wait, no, elaborate. So, remember the way you be phrasing Well, I'm glad. I'm glad to know. Anyway. So basically, remember when I was telling you earlier that I visited Hawaii once when I was a child? So when we were in Hawaii, on that vacation, we were there for about a week, and my parents had been like, let's go to the beach, let's go have a beach day. But my brother and I were kind of against it because we were like, well, we have this really cool big pool here at the hotel. We don't really feel like going to the beach. But my parents were like, no, we're in Hawaii. We gotta go at least once. So finally one day they were like, oh, okay, fine, we'll go. So we go to a nearby public beach, and we start setting up our little like spot on the sand. And my brother, he goes ahead and takes off while my parents and I are like setting up. And before this had all gone down, my brother and I's main reason why we were averse to going to the beach was because we were like, what if there's gonna be a shark attack? We don't want to see any sharks, yada yada. And my parents are both like, oh, there's not gonna be a shark attack. You guys just watch too much Nat Geo Wild. And so we were like, okay. So while setting up, we start seeing a bunch of people run to one side of the beach. And I'm like, hey mom, what's going on? And she said, oh, probably nothing. Somebody was probably just like hit against the rocks by the waves. Because the waves were a little rough that day. And there were people swimming near some like sharper rocks. And so she was like, oh, somebody probably just got smashed against the rocks by the waves. And I was like, well, I'm gonna go look. I just want to go take a look. And so I go alone and follow like the crowd. And the reason why, I forgot to mention this, that I was so like perplexed about why people were going this way was because I saw one of the lifeguards get on like one of those four-wheelers and just like, book it towards this side. So I go over and I see these people dragging this man out of the water and he's missing a chunk of his leg. And it's very, very obviously a shark bite. So I don't remember how old I was. I was probably only like 8 or 9, maybe 10. I don't remember. And I'm like, oh. So I go back to my parents and I'm like, hey, that man got bit by a shark. So we get my brother out and we can see, literally, we can see the shark swimming in like the incoming waves. Like you can, like when the waves come in, you could see the shadow of the shark swimming along them. And we're like, that's a big shark. And it was a tiger shark, by the way. And I think it was about 12 feet long. So obviously they start getting people out of the water. And they even call in these helicopters because apparently a tactic for whenever there's sharks like near the beach is they fly helicopters low over the water to like try and scare them off. But the shark wasn't leaving. And eventually, another tiger shark, about 14 feet long this time, showed up. And they just wouldn't leave the beach. So they had to close it down for the rest of the day. We were only there for like 5 minutes, mind you. Like 5 to 10 minutes. And that happened. So we go back to the hotel, being like basically telling our parents, we told you so. We told you there'd be a shark attack. And both my dad, he's pretty much like, well, what do you know? You're right. Shows you what we know. Oh my gosh. 1 in 4.3 million chance. Sounds like your family kind of caused it. I mean, weird stuff does tend to happen with animals in my family. Like, nothing ever to us. It's just that weird occurrences happen with animals when we're nearby for whatever reason. Nah, them sharks were tired of these tourists. Probably. You said that. Because after that, like, literally, that's funny, because like what I was saying about like the animals being like out of the norm when my family's visiting is that my dad, he's from upstate New York, so like a more rural area. And there's this national park that was near his hometown that he would visit a lot, like growing up. And once we went back up there to visit his side of the family, and my grandma was with us. And we're like, she's like, I want to see a black bear. I want to see a black bear. Because, you know, black bears were more common up in that region. And we were like, my dad goes, oh, well, we're not going to see one most likely because I've never seen a black bear in my entire life living in this area. And we're driving in the park and we see a black bear with her cub crossing the road. And he's like, I've never seen that happen. And we're like, how? My grandma manifested a black bear sighting. New York isn't just one big city. No. New York is mainly just a big city in like that one area, in the city area, you know, NYC. A lot of the upstate areas are rural. But yeah, animals always be acting out of the norm when my family comes to visit. For whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. Druids. Man, I've never come across a 1,000,000 just on the road. You know what's funny about you saying that druids comment? I don't even know if I've told this story to Greenwood before, but back whenever I was visiting Ireland, I think it was Northern Ireland at Giant's Causeway, which is one of their, you know, national parks. You've probably heard of it, quirky. But, you know, when we were visiting Giant's Causeway, my dad was with me as like a chaperone kind of thing on this school trip. So there's like this very obviously designated like path that tourists and guests and visitors are supposed to stick to, you know? But my dad had noticed this like footpath, like this well-worn footpath that goes up this one hill area. And it, like you would have to hike up this like hill or something. So my dad gestures to me, come on, let's go on this footpath. So we go. We're just walking along it, we hike into this area, and we're like, cool. So we're taking pictures up there. And we find this interesting rock formation. I'm not even kidding when I say that this rock formation looked like a stone throne. Like, it was very, very, like, situated in the shape of a chair. So I sit in it to, you know, take some pictures. And my dad just takes pictures of it and everything. And we're having a good time in this little area. There's some really cool like tide pools there. Anyway, we're about to like head down this like hill. And we see another group, like part of our group trying to hike up this trail as well. But then we start hearing this like whistle and seeing this like, I guess, park ranger or whatever he was called, gesturing at us, like very like, get over here now. So we climb down, but my dad and we take off. We leave our group behind, or the group that was trying to climb up behind us, and they go and talk to the guards or whatever, or the ranger, I don't know. And we just take off, we move on. But then we come across this like guide talking to this other group of people, just like pointing out different like landmarks of the Giant's Causeway, talking about the history, yada yada. So my dad points at the hill we were just on, being like, hey, are you allowed to go up there? And the guide goes, oh no, that's a nationally protected flora area. If you go over there, you're gonna get like a big fine and or go to jail for like 1 to 2 years. And so we were like, oh, okay, cool. So we're just like, cool. And move on. And I'm like, wow, we broke the law. You're a fugitive on the run? Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure statute of limitations is probably up by now. But I just think it was so cool seeing that that stone throne or whatever it was. That was cool. Lo, you guys are just like, we would never. Exactly. That stone throne thing was really cool. I think about that thing a lot. Because I'm like, it was so very much in the shape of a chair, like out overlooking the ocean on a misty hill or whatever. I was like, man, that looks like a fairy throne. I'm gonna sit on it. I would have taken that stone home. I don't think we would have gotten away with that, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And what's funny is that my dad, he posted pictures from that hill that we took online. But, you know, we didn't say where it was or anything. We just were like, haha, we're at the Giant's Causeway. And his only caption on those photos that we took from that area was, no signs. Because there were no signs saying that we couldn't go on that trail or up that hill. So how are we supposed to know that we weren't supposed to go up there? If you guys go to the UK at any point and can only go to one city, then visit Edinburgh. It's a stunning city. I have been to Edinburgh. It was really nice. I liked it a lot. Honestly, that's on them for not having a sign. Exactly. That's what we've been saying all these years. Like, come on now. If you don't want people going up in that hill or in that area, put up a sign. Come on now. Hydrate and posture check. Thank you. I have been drinking something, so don't worry, don't worry. Did you know it's a city built on top of another city? That's why it's so hilly. I didn't know that. They may have mentioned it on like a tour group that I was in, maybe, but I don't remember specifically. Like I said, it was a long time ago. So they may have mentioned it, but I don't remember. But that's cool. That makes sense based off of what I remember. Because like I remember it being a very hilly city. Back in the plague times, they bricked up the lower city with the poor that was sick and built over them eventually. Oh my gosh. I mean, that makes sense. Like obviously cruel thing to do, but I understand the logic, I guess, of like why the city looks like that now. Edinburgh was really cool. I liked it a lot. There was this one cafe that we went to that was like near the Edinburgh Castle that had like this tea time themed thing going on. They had some really cool tea selections and desserts. It was nice. I liked it a lot. Sometimes I forget just how long, like, just how bad the plague was back then. Because, you know, what was the percentage that it killed off in Europe? It was like, what, 60%? That's an insane rate. So I understand them wanting to isolate the plague, but crazy that they just did that. The castle was cool. I got to see them fire the cannon. Ooh, they fired the cannon? That's cool. They didn't do that when I was there. I got to hold an owl though. That was fun. Cause I think there was like this guy that was near the Edinburgh Castle that was just like, he was like, take a picture with my owl. And I was like, yeah, I'll hold the owl. So I got pictures with an owl at Edinburgh Castle. That was fun. Estimated between 75 to 200 million people died from the Black Death. Ooh, crazy. I mean, I'm not surprised to hear that number, but yeah, insane. Would you ever visit North Korea just to see it? Yeah, probably. If I had the opportunity or was able to, I wouldn't mind going to visit and just check it out. Although, frankly, I'd be a little worried about leaving. I don't know really much about the politics of North Korea besides, you know, what we've heard. And I don't know if it's necessarily smart to believe everything we hear from media, because, you know, it'd be a little bit more biased. So I think it'd be safer to just not go, but I wouldn't be opposed to, you know, checking it out if my safety was guaranteed. I don't know. I would definitely not go. Fair enough. I would like to visit South Korea though. That'd be cool. because Asia is like one of the only continents that I haven't hit yet in terms of visiting, and I'd love to go on like a tour around Asia. What you doing if they stop you last second, ask why they recognize you from Twitch? I'll tell them they got the wrong gal. I'm a VTuber. They don't know what I look like. Although to be fair, my model doesn't look too different from how I look, like in terms of physical traits. My hair is long in real life. It's not pink, but it's long. I do have the beauty mark on my cheek, but I think I could get away with it. Tell them to plug your Twitch. It's free advertisement. Follow me on twitch.tv shortcake_snake. And damn, those horns must get in the way of your day to day. You'd be surprised. Shortcake x North Korea collab soon. That'd be so funny. State sponsored VTuber. That'd be really funny. But I don't know. There's a whole bunch of places in Asia that I would like to visit. The Philippines are a place I'd like to go. Japan, China, Korea, you know. India would be cool, but I don't know. There's a whole bunch of places I'd love to visit. Japan soon. I want to go to Japan so bad. It's been on my bucket list for a long time, and I think I mentioned before that I was supposed to go at one point for an exchange program, but it got canceled due to COVID. But I really want to go so bad. I want to go visit Japan. Plus, maybe I could buy so much of the merch that I really want without having to pay import fees or anything, and I could just bring it back to the US on my own. Get around those pesky shipping fees, you know? I heard foreigners aren't as welcomed as they were beforehand. Yeah, especially because I heard their new prime minister is a little bit more, not necessarily isolationist, but they want to like start distancing themselves from having so many foreign tourists and like immigrants and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna affect, you know, me wanting to go, but I feel like it'd still be fun to go. I'd love to go. Honestly, even if you have to buy new suitcases, you'd end up saving money. Exactly. I mean, I've heard of a bunch of like content creators like that have gone to Japan and they just buy suitcases to store a lot of the extra merch that they buy or souvenirs. And yeah, I've heard of that happening. I wouldn't be opposed to doing that. Plus, now that I'm thinking about it, there's a bunch of like Japanese foods that I would like to try that I haven't been able to find at a bunch of the Japanese restaurants I've been to in the States. So I think it'd just be really cool. I really want to go travel around, visit some historic landmarks and stuff. I think hating on foreigners is lame. The world is yours, you know? Yeah. I have always been very on the side of like just people traveling, visiting, living wherever they want. I think that Diversity is really cool. Hot take, I suppose, nowadays. But yeah, xenophobia and stuff, so lame. Like, just let people like visit, like see the world, expand your horizons and like views on culture and stuff. It's just like, let people live. Scorching hot take. I wonder if they get slapped with an import tax. Generally speaking, unless it reaches a certain dollar amounts, they don't typically slap you with import fees. So like, say you buy a whole bunch of stuff and it doesn't reach like, say, I don't know, $2,000 worth in value, they aren't really gonna slap you with import fees. I know this because I've traveled internationally quite a bit. So I don't think I'm gonna be spending like 2,000 to so whatever amount of money on merch. But just keep that in mind when you do travel internationally. Generally speaking, you have to declare stuff whenever you reach a certain dollar amount and trying to bring it back into the country that you live in. At least that's how it works in the US. I'm not entirely sure how it works in the UK since I'm not a citizen, but yeah. What if you end up buying a life-size Gundam? Well, that would definitely get a few fees, I'm sure. Maybe a few criminal investigations being like, hey, what you want? Why'd you get that? But I think I'll be safe. I think I'll be fine. I think I'll live without the life-size Gundam. But you know, once I actually do get to visit Japan one day, who knows what all I'm gonna buy? Because there's so much to buy that I don't know. Maybe I'll end up spending a lot more money than I realize. Because I hear that happens a lot to tourists there. They'll visit not really expecting to spend so much money, and then there's just so much stuff to buy while you're there that you just spend way more than you expect. Though to be fair, I hear that also probably has to do with the fact that, you know, the conversion rate to yen from the US dollar is very different. Like, the yen doesn't equal like a single dollar. It's like a lot of dollars. I mean, a single dollar is a lot of yen from what I hear. I know for sure I'd want so much, so I'd have to set a strict budget. Yeah. Budgeting would probably be a very important like thing to take into mind and action whenever you visit and travel to Japan, that is. How expensive is the food there? I think it really depends on where you're eating. In very touristy destinations, I hear that it can be very pricey because, you know, they're charging more for tourists. But local places, more in the wall, hole in the wall stuff, I hear it's not as expensive. Plus, I hear like themed cafes and stuff also tend to be very pricey. My friend says food, travel, and accommodations is pretty cheap, if it's not tourist spots. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've heard as well. Because, you know, they upcharge for like tourists, which I mean is completely fair in my opinion. Like, sure, it's a little predatory and that's not cool, but at the same time, like I was saying, the yen is like not as valued as the dollar in the conversion rate. So like I said, $1 is like several yen, so there's a very large like disparity between the two. So it makes kind of sense to me why they're upcharging. It doesn't necessarily mean I agree with it, but I understand. I wish food was cheap here. Well, due to tariffs, there's a reason why food is a little pricier nowadays. Singular Whopper is $8? Jesus. Just the Whopper, not the meal? Oh my gosh. I haven't been to Burger King in a long time, so I didn't know. Goodness. Oh no, my chair. Just a sec. There we go. Just the Whopper. Oh. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, like I said, tariffs are kind of like making the prices higher for food products. So I'm not necessarily surprised to hear that things are so expensive. I'm so sorry. I just thought about the fact that next week is my birthday and Christmas, and I got so excited because that's when I might get my PC. I just got excited. Shortcake with the wild hot takes today. That's me. Stirring the pot. You know me. I'm controversial like that. I missed the take. I got hit with an ad. All I said was that tariffs are the reason why prices are rising. Controversial, I know. What's your guys' Christmas plans? Generally speaking, we host my entire family at my parents' house because we have a decently sized house that can fit everyone. So, in the morning, whenever my family wakes up, my brother, me, mom, dad, when we wake up, we do our immediate gifts, so like gifts from each other, and stockings and stuff. We do that in the morning when we wake up. And then we, you know, get ready in the day, get out of our pajamas, and then clean up a bit. And then the rest of the family gets there, so that we can have like the big family gift exchange. And that's usually about the rest of the day until the evening. Because after we do gifts and like lunch and stuff, we just spend time with each other. And then, generally speaking, everyone leaves around like 5 p.m. That's usually what Christmas looks like on my end. And I'm excited. Mainly, I'm kind of excited to see if I get that PC, but I'm just kidding. I'm excited to see everyone, spend time with the family, you know. Eggnog about to be so lit. We don't drink it. We don't drink eggnog here. Not in this household. I don't think I've ever had it now that I'm thinking about it. But I understand the intent. What? Yeah, no, we don't drink eggnog. Why? Well, my parents never drank it, and they never introduced it to me or my brother when we were young. So I just have never had it. So, I don't know. And I've never really had a desire to drink it. What even is eggnog? Like, is it made of eggs? Like, isn't eggs an ingredient in eggnog? Heartbreak emoji. Yeah, I've never had it. I don't know. A devil lost its wings. Isn't that a good thing though? So sorry, my guy. It's just, I don't know. What about you, Quirky? What's Christmas look like for you? Can't believe Christmas is like, what, 9 days away now? We're getting close. Oh, while I wait, so I'm looking forward to this this year because since I am finally, you know, done with school and I am gonna be, you know, working full time, I get to get, you know, more permanent stuff, I guess. for like, you know, gifts and things. So like stuff that I can use to contribute to my forever home. So I'm really excited to see what I get in regards to that, because the PC is one thing, but hopefully I get stuff that'll help me, you know, work towards getting my forever home all set up and everything. I'm just house/cat sitting for a friend. Oh, well, that's fun. I hope you have fun with like the cat. But I mean, I hope you still have a good Christmas, because Christmas is one of my favorite holidays, if not my favorite holiday. So I hope that everyone has a good Christmas. I bet you already started looking at Pinterest pics of home decor. Yeah, I mean, a few. Because honestly, I kind of want to build a house instead of just buying, which is going to be very expensive, so I'm going to need to save a lot. But unfortunately, a lot of the houses in the area that I live in doesn't have like in-ground basements, which is something that I really want. I really want an in-ground basement. So I would need to build a house in order to do that. Plus, there's a specific style of like bathroom that I've been looking at that I want built that is also not common to like the architecture and style of buildings that is in my area. So I'm gonna have to probably build a house just for that as well, unless I would just got it renovated. But either way, well, renovations aside, the in-ground basement is the main reason why I would probably have to build a house instead of just buying one. I'm doing a Christmas celebration early with friends. I realized that last message sounded really sad. My family doesn't celebrate Christmas. Yes. Well, I hope you have fun having a friend's Christmas day. That's gonna be fun. Now that I'm thinking about it, man, it's gonna take forever to save for that house. To hopefully build my dream house one day. Ugh, it's gonna take forever. Because in the neighborhood I've been looking at, apparently there is a you have to pay about 60%, I think, down payment or whatever. I think, no, 20% down payment of what a house would actually cost on the market. So in order to be able to build the house. So that means I think I would have to pay about $60,000 in order to be able to build the house on the plot of land I would like. So, ooh, I gotta save so much money, man. It's gonna be a while. But you know what? I'm not as old as Greenwood thinks, so I got time. Nah, you gotta lock in for a good 4 years. You got it. Yeah. So thankfully, from what I know, my job will be pretty well paying. I don't necessarily want to say out loud what my salary is looking like, but I should be able to save up quite a bit of money, like within the first couple of years working here, and hopefully it'll be enough to where I will reach that $60,000 down payment sooner rather than later, and then I can hopefully like get some financial support from other programs that'll help me be able to build that house that I want. All good things come in time to those who wait. You know what they say? So maybe one day. In the meantime, I'm perfectly happy with my living conditions that I currently have, and I'm excited, like I have mentioned, to get to work. I am so excited to go working. Yeah, you got 2 more years left until the... Oh my god. I'm not that old, but thank you for telling me to lock in. You're so mean. Man. Earlier you were saying that you call me old just based off of vibes, and then you tell me that I'm like 2 years away from death. Make up your mind, Greenwood. Given that it's almost New Year's, have you thought of a resolution for something you'd really like to do differently this coming year? Internally, externally, or just financially? That's a really good question. Honestly, I'm just, in terms of like resolutions, I don't usually make resolutions because I know that it's very hard to actually stick to your New Year's resolution. But, I really, really want to get better at like, art, because that's part of my career, but also just like helping out my community, because I've mentioned before that I am Native American and I use my art to help preserve our language as like our language preservation programs. So I really want to get better at learning my own native language because I am in fact not fluent, and that's something that I really need to work on. I plan on it, but helping make sure that our language is preserved for future generations is something that's really, really important to me. So making sure that I actually do get a good handle on my native language and, learn it myself so that I can help pass it on is probably one of my bigger New Year's resolutions, I suppose, because it's really important to me. So yeah, I think generally speaking, learning my language, I guess that would be my New Year's resolution. Oh man, I'm out of my drink. What about you guys? Do you have any New Year's resolutions in mind? Anything that you guys want to do better yourself? That's awesome, thank you. Yeah, whenever I was in art school, I wobbled back and forth for a while on whether or not I actually wanted to go into the animation industry or not, because I love animation and I really, really wanted to contribute to it somehow. It's just that, like I said, preserving my culture is something that's also really important to me, and so I didn't know how I would be able to balance doing that and working in the animation industry. But it was about my sophomore year in college where I hard set, decided that I really wanted to focus on the language preservation of my culture and just my culture in general, and just started beelining it in that direction. Still, taking in my lessons in my department and stuff, but just learning to put it in a different area rather than the big animation industry. What about you, Ninja? My bad, I zoned out for a moment there. What's the question? The question is just, do you have any New Year's resolutions? That's it. I don't blame you for zoning out. Don't worry. Because what time is it over there? It's like 7 a.m? 6 a.m? It's really late / early for you. Quirky. 6 a.m? Yeah, it's really late for you. And you've been here for almost the entire time. I can't help but be a little concerned for your sleep schedule. I guess continue with my progress at the gym and finish learning courses that I plan to do so I can start looking for work. Fair enough. That's fair. New Year's resolutions don't have to be that grand. I mean, mine may seem a little bit grander, but that's just because, like, I don't know. It's something that is very hyper specific to me and my upbringing. But yeah, if you just want to get better at going to the gym and maintaining it, that's all that matters. I think you'll be able to do it. It's clear that your heritage is your pride, and it's inspiring to see someone so proud and eager to learn more. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. Bold of you to assume I have some sort of sleep schedule. I mean, fair enough. It's like almost midnight here for me, so I might actually end stream soon because, like, it is getting a little late and I don't want to stay up too late, especially considering that I don't want to disturb my family eventually. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna end stream soon because I am out of my drink, and also it's late, so I may stream on Thursday. I probably will because I want to draw. But my resolution is to consume a lot of kawaii anime and become Databayo weeb. Well, I hope you stick to that resolution, Greenwood. But yeah, I'm gonna end stream. I may stream, most likely, maybe, on Thursday. Maybe art, maybe fate, we'll see. Just keep an eye on that notification, I guess, and see what I say. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me and chatting. This was a lot of fun. Thank you again, Quirky, for helping me figure out my Wi-Fi issues. I hope that it ran smoothly ever since we figured that out. I think it did. It looked like it did. So I'm gonna go ahead and get going, and I hope you all have a good night. Thank you, and I'll see you again, hopefully on Thursday. Had fun, and happy holidays if I don't see you on Thursday. All right, good night and goodbye. Bye-bye.